The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Game junkie, Gerard Campbell.
Listen up and listen good. This is the voice of the agency. Let's get to work, Agent. Brace yourself. This could get nasty.
This could get nasty. It is Crackdown 2, the game we're looking at today with Gerard Campbell, Game Junkie at stuff.co.nz. Game Junkie NZ on the Twitter as well. Hello to you, Gerard.
Hello, Wammo.
Hello. So you've been cracking into this one. Did you ever play the first one?
Yeah, I did. I played the first one, and the first one was really good. It was a real sleeper hit. You know, it was one where, I guess it sort of brought that sandbox sort of open world gameplay sort of to a new level. You played this cybernetically enhanced agent who could, if you saw a building, you could climb it, and so you could climb things, you had great things climbing, you can jump from great heights, and you could pick cars up and you could throw them around, the first game you sort of had to tackle three, triad gangs that were taking over a city called Pacific City.
Yeah.
And you were this cop that was, you could enhance your powers. The more you climbed, and you collected these things called agility orbs. The more you climbed, the more of these orbs you collected. You boosted your climbing ability. The more you drove, you improved your driving skills. The more firearms you use, and you could see your agent, get bigger in size, and he could jump higher and he could run faster. It was a real sleeper hit. So I was quite excited to have a crack at Crackdown 2, but perhaps I was expecting a wee bit too much, but it didn't really fulfill my expectations.
Oh, really? No, why was that, Gerard? Why did it not change up the gameplay enough for you?
No, I think that it's too similar. It's too similar to the first Crackdown. It's a completely different development team which did the original Crackdown. It's a new company called Ruffian Games, and they had, I think, only about 12 months to sort of get this title together. So, perhaps they were constrained for time, but it's set in Pacific City again, but it's set 10 years in the future. And a virus has been detonated in the city, so it's mutated a lot of the population. So at night time, you've got thousands of these mutants wandering the streets and come out. And instead of the triad gangs like you had in the first Crackdown, you've now got one gang called the Cell. And pretty much the objectives is that you have to activate a whole lot of these things called absorption beacons around the city, and then they will point to where all these mutant layers are, and then you've got to go in and hold off, waves of mutants. I guess it works out to about 3 or 4 minutes. You've got to hold off these increasing waves of mutants until the agency can drop in a bomb, and then that bomb can detonate, and that wipes out the freaks in that area, and then you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
You've got nine of these things that detonate, and sort of after about the second one, I sort of thought, it's just getting a little bit too repetitious,
right?
And the climbing still is much fun as it was in the first game. It's still brilliant fun. It's still great being able to, pick a really high building and climb up to as high as you can. But, I almost get the feeling that Crackdown 2 is almost sort of Crackdown 1.5. The things that they've added, the mutants, which are these, these virus-riddled pedestrians and citizens that come out at night. So during the day, your streets are safe. They're not wandering around. But once the sun sets, these mutants are wandering around. And so the mutants new, and the other change is that you now can do 4-player co-op, whereas in the original Crackdown you can only do 2-player co-op. But part of me sort of thinks that, on the one hand, the climbing is still really cool, and increasing the strength and powers of your agent is really cool, but on the other hand, it's not really a lot of stuff that's been added to it. It's sort of, the new stuff almost feels like an expansion pack rather than a full-on new game.
Yep.
So, and that, I was pretty disappointed really. That I thought, it would have been a wee bit more creative, to try and build on that momentum that the first Crackdown created, because it was a really good game, and for me it came out of nowhere and it was a sleeper hit. So I thought, this one sort of slowed the pace down a wee bit, and I don't know whether that's the right thing for this sort of franchise, really.
So that is Crackdown 2, a bit of a disappointment, according to you, Gerard. Maybe give it a little spin, perhaps if it's your first go around. But if you've already played Crackdown 1, then it sounds like you've already been there and done that, Gerard.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that anyone, I think you can probably pick the original Crackdown if you want for a pretty cheap price, I think now. So give that one a crack to start with, I think, and then if you like it, then you can, there is a demo, I think, of the Crackdown 2 anyway, which sort of gives you a bit of a taste. So if you want to have a look at it, just download the demo from Xbox Live, because it's an Xbox 360 only game.
Cool.
Just try the demo and see what you think. But yeah, not that impressed at the moment, no.
Gerard Campbell at stuff.co.nz and Game Junkie NZ on Twitter as well. We'll see you next time.
Thanks very much.